Before filming at abandoned ruins for an internet paranormal show, a team explores the interior. A woman walks ahead while the cameraman follows. Suddenly, a small girl appears behind her in the corridor. Moments later, a male crew member collapses, claiming to feel unwell. As others rush to assist him, a distorted face briefly appears behind his body. A reporter secretly records an interview attempt with a man believed to be a talent scout in the entertainment industry. The scout becomes irritated and refuses to answer questions, making the situation tense. During the confrontation, the footage captures something unexpected behind him. A pale female figure suddenly appears in the background, standing close as if she has been following him. The reporter claims no one was standing there at the time. After the incident, the scout is never seen again in the same area. A security camera in an office building captures a quiet hallway late at night. A small ball suddenly rolls across the floor, making a sharp sound that echoes through the corridor. A man notices it and bends down to pick it up. At that exact moment, behind him, the clear figure of a woman appears standing silently. She is visible only for a few seconds before vanishing completely. The man remains unaware of what stood just inches behind him. Many consider empty office buildings at night to be among the most unsettling places. A surveillance camera inside a studio dressing room records footage after repeated theft incidents. Security had been strengthened due to suspicious activity. One night, a man enters the room and appears to sense something unusual. He quickly hides inside a closet, even though there seems to be no immediate threat. The room falls silent. Then, something disturbing becomes visible near the closet door. Multiple pale hands appear briefly from within the darkness, as if pressing against the inside. On a film set at night, a staff member loses a phone and searches for it using only the light from a small camera. As the beam sweeps across the darkness, two red-clothed female figures appear in the frame, standing side by side. They remain visible for only a moment before fading into the shadows. The location is said to be deep in the mountains, far from residential areas. A DVD bonus video is filmed as part of a virtual dating concept with a popular idol. The idol visits a cafe tilde copyright and plays with cats while speaking directly to the camera, creating a cheerful and harmless atmosphere. However, when the footage is checked later, a face can be seen in the lower left corner of the screen. It appears to be peeking from beneath a table, watching the idol with an unnatural stare. The idol does not react, and no one on set seems aware. Not long after, the idol unexpectedly disappears from the entertainment industry. A young comedy duo films a casual street video for their agency's online channel. They joke around near a roadside memorial without taking it seriously. At one point, one of the men appears to lightly kick an object near the flowers placed there. When the footage is reviewed later, a pale female figure can be seen standing directly behind him, her expression strained as if in distress. The production office quietly cancels the release. Soon after, the man reportedly leaves the entertainment industry and becomes unreachable. A crew visits a secluded shrine location for a paranormal program. A local man approaches them, warning that filming without permission could cause trouble. When the footage is examined frame by frame, a pale hand is visible protruding from the man's sleeve, as if something unseen is attached to him. The crew claims they did not notice it during filming. Requests to revisit the location are later denied without explanation. A group of staff members visits a remote beach that was reportedly removed from official maps due to repeated unexplained sightings. While recording the shoreline, insects swarm heavily around them. On the left side of the frame, a motionless woman becomes visible, standing silently and watching. An idol records a video of herself making sandwiches, meant to be used as bonus footage for fans. She smiles brightly while preparing ingredients, talking casually as if she is spending time with the viewer. Everything seems normal until the moment she finishes and proudly shows the completed sandwich to the camera. In the window behind her, a dusty human face appears clearly on the glass, as if someone is standing outside staring in. The strange part is that the glass is frosted, and there is no one visible outside. An aspiring actress submits an audition video for a theatrical project. She enthusiastically introduces herself and demonstrates her special skill using a hula hoop. As she spins, a dark silhouette appears behind her in the shadows. The shape seems incomplete above the neck. When she steps closer to the camera, a second female face briefly peeks out from behind her back. Staff later learned that the filming location is near a lake associated with a tragic incident years earlier. A cameraman walking down a quiet road hears a faint voice calling from behind. He turns around but sees no one. Later, in the raw footage, a man-shaped figure can be seen appearing directly behind his shoulder, leaning in as if whispering something. The cameraman reportedly begins experiencing emotional instability after the incident and eventually withdraws from public life. During the search for a missing boy in a rural village, a television crew records interviews with local residents. As villagers discuss the disappearance, a childlike figure suddenly appears behind them in the background.
ディレクターが地元民に 密着。
あ、本当だ。いた？どうだった？いない。いないって。探したと思う。どっか遊んでんだ。どんなカメラレンジ行くとか、どこどこゲーム。
The face closely resembles the missing boy. No one on site notices the presence at the time. When the footage is reviewed, the resemblance causes alarm. The boy is never found, and the clip remains unreleased.
Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel.
While traveling to a drama shoot, a production staff member checks a dashboard camera inside a moving vehicle. Strange interference appears across the screen. As the footage is replayed, two hands slowly emerge from behind the driver's seat, gripping upward from an impossible angle. The hands do not match the posture of anyone inside the car. A collection of leaked paranormal images circulates quietly within the television industry. These recordings were reportedly sealed due to concerns about their impact. Each clip contains subtle yet disturbing presences that were not noticed during filming but became clear upon review. Though never publicly aired, the material remains archived among staff members as a reminder that not everything captured on camera is meant to be shown. A man secretly records his wife, convinced she is meeting someone behind his back. He waits with the camera running, expecting to catch evidence of her actions. When she finally appears, she becomes irritated and repeatedly demands that he stop filming. The argument grows tense, and the man refuses to lower the camera. But while the couple continues fighting, something disturbing appears around the woman's body. A shadowy male-like presence seems to cling to her for a moment, as if it is merging into her form. The woman's behavior becomes more frantic, and her expression changes in a way that feels unnatural. A hidden camera is installed near a public vending machine as part of a prank project for a variety show. The goal is to capture people's reactions when a sudden sound surprises them while buying a drink. At first, the footage looks normal, showing a man casually reaching for a beverage. But when the video is reviewed, something disturbing is seen behind him. A pale female figure appears crawling slowly across the ground, moving toward the man from the shadows. The man never notices her presence, and the recording continues as if nothing unusual happened. a television program records a segment designed to help a man confess his feelings to the woman he likes. Before the confession begins, the staff interview him, preparing everything as if it will be a sweet and emotional moment. But once the woman learns the confession is being recorded for television, she becomes furious and feels betrayed. She screams, demanding an explanation, and the entire scene turns chaotic. During her outburst, something strange happens in the background.
はい、期待してていいでしょうか。カムさん、感想は？
ちょっと待ってください。これ何ですか？おかしくない？何これ？嘘だったの？いやいや、本気じゃないの？なんで流れてんの？もうムカつくんだけど、なんで？は？なんで私だけでも最後に家に着いたいってずっとさ、絶対私のこと利用したんじゃん、そんなの。意味わかんない。なんで？
Near a dim park area and a glowing phone booth, several shadowy figures appear walking in a line, as if being drawn toward the booth. The woman seems overwhelmed, almost as if she can sense the presence behind her. A production team attempts to visit a haunted mountain location for a paranormal documentary. They wander for a long time, unable to find the correct path, and begin climbing a steep area that looks unsafe. While filming the struggle, the camera captures something terrifying in the trees. A human-like face appears from within the trunk, staring at the staff with a fixed expression. Shocked by the discovery, the team abandons the search and leaves the mountain immediately. A promotional interview is filmed for a suspense movie, featuring an actor discussing behind-the-scenes details and production stories. The conversation seems normal until the camera slightly shifts to the side. At that moment, a disturbing face appears on the right side of the frame, as if it is leaning into the shot. The expression is unnatural, and the figure disappears almost instantly. Later, staff attempt to investigate the film's background, but records about the director and production become strangely difficult to trace. A crew visits a small apartment where a single man has lived alone for many years. The room looks ordinary, but the atmosphere feels strangely uncomfortable, as if the air itself is heavy. The man jokes about the place being old and mentions that insects sometimes appear, treating it like a harmless inconvenience. But as the camera continues rolling, a woman suddenly looks around with visible unease. At that exact moment, multiple pale faces appear near the top of the screen, lined up as if they are peeking from above. A local summer variety show records a paranormal-themed segment inside a tunnel rumored to be haunted. A comedian and staff members explore the dark tunnel while joking to keep the mood light. Suddenly, they find a strange headless doll lying on the ground. They insist it was not part of the set and was not placed there by the production team. Moments later, as they continue filming, a terrifying face appears behind the comedian, staring into the camera. The staff panic, and the segment is never aired.
なんか
A young couple is filming a playful challenge video before their wedding, testing who has stronger endurance by hanging from a metal bar. The atmosphere feels cheerful and light, with both of them joking and laughing as if it is just another fun memory to record. But as the camera swings from the woman to the man, something unsettling appears for only a moment.
何をするのかと言いますと、もう至ってシンプルです。もうただ捕まって、じゃあ用意スタート。出る。
こんだけ体力消耗したらもう大丈夫でしょ。大丈夫、いけます。
A dark bluish figure can be seen clinging tightly to the man's body, as if it is attached to his back. The man keeps smiling and continues the challenge, completely unaware. A home security camera installed near a front entrance captures what seems like a harmless moment. A car approaches, and its headlights briefly illuminate the area. At first, nothing seems strange. But when the light hits the center of the frame, a small shadow appears clearly on the ground. The shape resembles a young child standing alone. As the car continues forward, the sensor light near the entrance activates, making the area brighter. For a brief second, the childlike figure becomes more defined before fading again. A mysterious tape is found inside a storage room belonging to a political production company. No one knows who filmed it or why it was recorded. The video shows a woman alone in a studio, moving as if she is practicing a dance. The scene feels unnatural, as if the room is too silent. Then, for a brief moment, multiple frightening figures appear behind her. The tape hints without explanation, and the identities of everyone involved remain unknown. A security camera records a quiet intersection late at night for hours without any activity. Later, an accident is reported to have occurred in the same area. When the footage is reviewed, several shadowy figures can be seen slowly appearing in the frame. They move little by little, almost as if they are approaching in slow motion. Shortly after the figures appear, the camera suddenly stops functioning for unknown reasons, and no further recording exists for the time of the incident. A hidden camera records a conversation between a female idol and her manager as part of a prank concept. The idol pretends she wants to retire from her career to test her manager's reaction. At first, the manager responds calmly and tries to persuade her to reconsider. But as the discussion continues, the tone changes. The manager begins mentioning contract obligations and consequences if she leaves. During this tense exchange, something disturbing appears in the frame. A frightening female face briefly manifests behind the manager, staring intensely before disappearing. The agency involved was rumored to have a troubling reputation within the industry. Some speculate that the presence captured on camera may be tied to unresolved struggles from the past. A behind-the-scenes interview is filmed for a movie production, showing a young male actor talking about his role and his preparation for filming. He speaks confidently about his effort and training, while staff members casually listen nearby. But when the footage is replayed, a female shadow can be seen behind him, partially hidden by a building.
あれはいいんですよ。ああ、なるほどね。川に落ちたのも全部。一回あれですよね。木を切り倒すし。はいはいはい。やっぱヘルメットは、まあ、いらん。ヘルメット。
The presence appears to be staring directly at the actor. Soon after, the cameraman reportedly experiences sudden numbness in his body, and the footage is quietly stored away.
Thank you for watching. Bye bye.